Welcome.
I arranged this meeting hoping to clear the air.
That's very thoughtful of you.
When my family
But I
texted
already
me
know
about
why
a
I'm
surprise
here.
meeting, I honestly thought it was something simple. Maybe a birthday announcement or an intervention for someone else. Even a small celebration. What I never ever expected was to walk straight into a trap they had been carefully setting for weeks. My name is Jason, and up until that day I still believed that my family, as difficult, dramatic, and controlling as they were, would never truly unite against me. I was wrong. The message came from my mother. Come home Sunday at 6. Important family meeting. Everyone will be here. Don't be late. She never texted that formally. That should have been my first red flag. But I went anyway. When I arrived, the house was just silent. All the lights were on, and every single member of my family was sitting in the living room. My parents, my older brother, my younger sister, my aunt, and even my cousin, who only shows up when drama guarantees a front row seat. The second I stepped inside, the air got so thick you could cut it with a knife. No one said hello, no hugs, no small talk. Just stiff, cold faces and a tense silence that screamed something was wrong. My mother spoke first. "Jason, sit." Her tone wasn't a request. It was an order. I sat down. Then my father cleared his throat and said, "We've all talked, and we believe you owe the family an apology." I just blinked. For what? And that's when the accusations started flying, hitting me like stones. Apparently I had humiliated my brother by refusing to join his startup. Apparently I had disrespected my parents by moving into my own apartment instead of staying at home. Apparently I'd abandoned the family and acted ungrateful. It was absurd, it was laughable, but nobody was laughing. My sister jumped in next, her voice sharp. "You've become so selfish, Jason. You think you're better than us." I stared at her, stunned. Because I didn't want to be controlled? My mother immediately cut me off. "Don't raise your voice. We're only here because we love you." That's when it hit me. This wasn't a family meeting. This was an ambush, designed to force me back into being the obedient, predictable, compliant son they wanted. They wanted access, they wanted control, but most of all, they wanted me to be dependent on them again. Too bad for them I had come prepared. See, 2 days earlier, my aunt, my father's sister, the only person in that family I truly trusted, had warned me. She called and said, "They're planning something. They want you back under their thumb. Be careful." So I walked into that house ready for a fight. My father broke the silence again, his voice firm. "You will move back home. You will work for your brother's company. And you will be part of this family the right way." It wasn't a suggestion. It was a command. I just leaned back in my chair, perfectly calm, and said, "No." You could hear the gasps in the room, pure disbelief. My mother clutched her chest like I'd just stabbed her. "Jason! After everything we've done for you," I held up a hand to stop her. "Everything you've done has come with conditions attached," my brother sneered from across the room. "You think you can make it on your own? Don't forget who paid for your college." I actually smiled. "Funny, you should mention that." I pulled a folder from my bag and placed it on the coffee table. Inside were bank statements I'd been collecting for the past year, statements showing that every single family loan I supposedly owed had already been paid back. Every cent, with receipts. My father's face turned bright red. My mother started sputtering. That doesn't matter." "Oh, it matters," I said, my voice steady. "Because you can't claim control over money I don't know. You can't guilt-trip me for debts that don't exist." My sister stood up, pointing at me. "You're twisting things." "No," I replied, "I'm exposing them." Then I dropped the real bomb. I pulled out my second document, the finalized paperwork for my new job, an offer from a major firm in another state. A job that doubled my income, a job I had secretly accepted 2 days ago. Not only was I financially independent, I was leaving, for good. My father glared at me, his eyes burning with rage. "You think you can just walk away from your responsibilities?" I looked him straight in the eye. "My only responsibility is to myself. To my happiness and my peace, things you never respected unless they benefited you." My mother started crying, her classic manipulation tactic. "So you're just abandoning us?" "No," I said, my voice as calm as stone. "You abandoned me a long time ago. You just didn't expect me to notice." My brother stepped toward me, his jaw clenched. You're making a huge mistake. I finally stood up and faced him. The only mistake I ever made was letting all of you dictate my life for so long. The room fell completely silent. Then I said the words they never thought they'd hear. I want be coming back. Not to this house, not to this dynamic, not to this version of a family. My father slammed his hand on the table. If you walk out that door, you're no longer part of this family. I smiled, not a bitter smile, but one of pure relief. I know. I picked up my bag and walked toward the door. My aunt met my eyes and gave me a proud nod. She knew how much courage that took. As I stepped outside, my mother screamed my name, begging me to stop. My father yelled threats. My siblings threw more accusations. I didn't look back once. That night I drove straight to my apartment and finalized my moving plans. A month later I was gone. New city, new life, new peace. At first they bombarded me with messages, guilt trips, angry texts, tearful voicemails. But when none of it worked, they resorted to silence. A silence that, for the first time in my life, actually felt like freedom. Today I live far away. I have a healthy work environment, amazing friends, and a life that is entirely mine. No strings, no guilt, no manipulation. And my family? I hear they still talk about the surprise meeting that was supposed to break me, but it didn't break me. It liberated me. Because walking out of that house wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of the life I should have been living all along. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, know you're not alone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.